Now that you have an understanding of the importance of designing learning experiences that take into account the incredible variability inherent in all of our learners, we'll explore ways to provide accessibility resources during daily instruction. A primary purpose of CAASPP and the ELPAC is to improve everyday classroom teaching and learning. We want all students to have equal opportunities to access content, material, and to accurately demonstrate what they know and are able to do. By using the principles of UDL, CAASPP and the ELPAC, including the alternate assessments, have included resources that address visual, auditory, and physical access barriers, allowing virtually all students to demonstrate what they know and can do. There's a wide range of instructional strategies, resources, and tools that can be used in daily instruction and on classroom assessments to help students access the intended and tested curriculum. In the next part of the session, we will focus on ways teachers can be flexible in the way they present content, the way students demonstrate learning, and the ways that they design student engagement activities during daily instruction. Tools for Teachers is a smarter, balanced website that provides instructional and professional learning resources that use the formative assessment process. These resources, also referred to as lesson plans, are created by educators throughout the Smarter Balance Consortium, including California educators. Every lesson plan is designed with UDL in mind and has embedded formative assessment and accessibility strategies that can help teachers tailor instruction and boost student learning. There's a section devoted to accessibility strategies that includes an overview of each accessibility strategy provided by Smarter Balanced. There are also additional resources educators can use to take a deeper look at the use of accessibility strategies and resources during assessments and instruction. Accessibility strategies embedded in the lessons are useful in eliciting evidence of student learning so that instruction and accessibility supports can be adjusted right in the moment and helps teachers provide just-in-time support. Opportunities to provide accessibility strategies within each lesson is identified by the use of an icon of a person inside a circle within each instructional resource. An important reminder is that not all of the accessibility strategies and accessibility resources listed in Tools for Teachers are available for the summative assessments. Some strategies that are listed are solely for classroom instruction and may not translate to access on the test. The primary purpose of Tools for Teachers is to provide instructional resources with embedded accessibility and formative assessment strategies, mostly lessons and classroom activities that educators can integrate into their classroom instruction immediately. These resources are available across all Smarter Balanced states, are based on the Common Core state standards for English language arts literacy and mathematics, and are aligned with the Smarter Balanced assessment claims and targets. Some states are also adding additional resources for other content areas and grade levels. For example, California has added resources aligned with the next generation science standards. Each instructional resource in Tools for Teachers has a common format to make it easy for educators to use the resource in classroom instruction. Each resource begins with a Get Started section, which includes an overview, learning goals, and success criteria. This is followed by a step-by-step walkthrough of the process, which includes assessing prior knowledge, clarifying learning, and eliciting, interpreting, and acting on evidence. Attachments for any document needed to implement the resource are also included. Accessibility strategies used are provided and are identified by the accessibility icon of a figure inside a circle. You can find more information and a full list of strategies by selecting the Accessibility Strategies page in the navigation sidebar. Finally, a section of things to consider while implementing the resource is also included. California educators can access tools for teachers in a few ways. If you administer the CAASPP or the ELPAC, your LEA may have created an account in the Test Operations Management System, also called TOMS, for you. Your log on for that account will also provide you access to tools for teachers. If you don't have a TOMS account, you can self-register for tools for teachers by using your email address tied to your LEA. Please note that general email domains like Gmail, Hotmail, or Yahoo will not be recognized. You can find a How to Self-Register for Tools for Teachers quick reference guide in the resources section of the web page. You can navigate to Tools for Teachers by selecting the button on the CAASPP or ELPAC websites, or by going to the Smarter Balanced webpage, which I'll show you next. And that URL would be smartertoolsforteachers.org. So I'm actually going to take you there live and show you how you would go ahead and log in. Okay, so when you log on to smartertoolsforteachers.org, this will be the landing page. The first thing you'll want to do is select your location. I'm going to select California. And that will generally reroute you back to the TOMS login page, where you'll go ahead and enter your username and password, or you can also reset it if you have forgotten that. It has taken me back to the place where I left off since I was previously logged in. So I want to show you how to access the instructional resources that I mentioned before. So these quick start buttons are a really easy place to kind of navigate. So I'm going to go to instructional resources here. And notice that I can filter for subject and grade. I'm going to go ahead and choose English Language Arts, and I'll choose third grade, and I'll click go. And so I have 52 resources for that subject and grade. So let me just click on one so we can scroll through and you can see the layout that I described earlier. Notice it has the Get Started section, the step-by-step instructions, any attachments that are needed. And here's where you'll see a description of the accessibility strategies that were used in this resource or lesson, followed by things to consider and the formative assessment process, how it is used in this particular lesson. You can also explore accessibility strategies by using the sidebar over here. And if I click on accessibility strategies, I can either search for a particular strategy I'm interested in, or I can just click here to browse all accessibility strategies. And notice 73 resources will come up. I can click on any one of these to see how it might be used in the classroom and whether it's available on the assessment. Okay, so we have focused today on the wide range of instructional strategies, resources, and tools that can be used in daily instruction and on classroom assessments to help students access the intended and tested curriculum. Teachers can be flexible in the way they present content, the way students demonstrate learning, and the ways that they design student engagement activities. This flexibility isn't always available on the CAASPP and the ELPAC. Remember, only resources that do not affect the construct being assessed are allowed on the CAASPP and the ELPAC. So we've shown you how to access tools for teachers and navigate the site, and we hope that you take time to explore on your own to incorporate accessibility strategies into your daily instruction. As a reminder, we've created a web page that houses all of the resources we've discussed today so that you may bookmark it and have it for future reference. That link was bit.ly/AR training series. Thank you for joining us today. I've also provided my contact information should you have any follow-up questions. My email is lirosenberger@kern.org. Also, feel free to connect with me on Twitter. My handle is Lily Rosenberg1. Have a wonderful day and stay safe.